So at least I'm not alone on the river. Now we're going to ask the same questions we tried asking the rods in video number 2, I think it was. Is there gold beneath my feet? Does the gold get more dense and a better pastry farther away from the river? As we move off towards the truck, is the gold better in that direction or better? Oh, it can't tell me. Is the gold better towards the truck? So you got to give it time to do its answer. And I'm not even paying attention to that. I'm just looking at the river right now. It's definitely showing us no answer. Have I found the outside boundaries of the pay streak? Okay, stop please. I'm just going to shake it, make it stop. Let's let us want to rest my arm a little bit. Is there gold beyond the outside boundaries of the pay streak? Now you see how that it's giving me a yes answer but not as big? It's not moving as much. I think that's because right here I'm on top of the major part of the pay streak. That's dowsing with a pendulum. And dowsing with the rods. You know, do I like the homemade rods or do I like the ones that I was given? I like these. I mean, these were given to me as gifts. Obviously they both work. They both work about the same. These rods are for probably people that are less spiritual, I guess is the best way to put it, because there are a lot of people that just aren't blessed with a spirit. Okay, and I'm not talking about any difference between Wiccans and pagans or Muslims or Christians or anybody, because my personal belief is the spirit is a spirit, and you know, we all belong together. It's just the people, because there's tons of people out there saying, you know, oh yeah, I believe in God. There's just, you know, the difference between believing in God and believing in Jesus is two different things, and I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus. But I got the answer right here with the rods and with the pendulum, that Jesus is God. Jesus, Allah, God, you're talking the same thing. Do I think it's right to be out here doing this as a Christian? Well, you know what? Probably the Pope would just be, you know, crapping his pants right now. So, oh, you can't do that, that's witchcraft. You know, they burn me at the stake. Well, you know, I've had a lot of steak in my life, obviously. And I don't believe that. I think that God gave us the breath of God, the Holy Spirit, or the Spirit that surrounds us, through Jesus. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say on that. Because I don't want to push you guys over the edge. You can check out my Guardian Angel series to see what I'm saying about being a spiritual being, which is what I am. I know I'm not a guardian angel. I know I'm just a regular guy, but I do the works of a guardian angel too. I mean, it's a constant. I have story after story after story I could be telling, but I don't. See, I think it's fine to use all the gifts that we have, that God has given us. This includes dowsing. I'm perfectly okay with all this. Am I out there trying to hurt somebody? No. Do I think it's witchcraft? No. Do I really know what witchcraft is? Well, no. But I don't think this is it. Alright? So there's a difference. We're not trying to hurt people or something, not that all witchcraft is bad, not trying to go against you Wiccans or anything, because I don't know anything about your religion. I have no idea. Maybe one of you wants to come alongside me and, you know, we can try and trade secrets. But what I do believe in is that these work. I do know that I'm sitting on top of a gold deposit right now, and I'm going to have to come in here and dig it up if it doesn't get too much snow. Hopefully it's not next summer when I have to finish this series. But you've seen it work, you've seen how I do it, and I am not only confident that there's a pay streak right below me. I'm still playing with the rods. I guess I should just look at the camera. Yeah, I'm not only confident that there's a pay streak below me, I know there is. Okay, I know there is because I doused it. I know there is because 30 feet from here, that way, away from the river, I dug down and I found gold. So before I come in here and dig up a whole area and look for the pay streak, I want to know it's here by all means and know the diameter of the pay streak and its boundaries, which is what we did with the dowsing rods today. Am I going to start at the edge where I got the weakest signal? No. Am I going to start at the other edge towards the river where I got the strongest signal? No, I'm going to start about halfway in between and work my way towards the river, because I got these beautiful trees here and I'm not willing to disturb their roots. So I will go down the 12 feet, 10 to 12 feet, I'm just roughly guessing 12 feet, and then if I have to go towards the river, I'll shore up and make a tunnel and go towards the river to stay below the root system, because the roots aren't going to go below probably 6 feet, these oak trees and the madrones and all that. So we're not going to be disturbing any of the surface. I'm going to have a hole going straight down, and I'll line that hole, more than likely, depending on how strong it is. If I'm able to get down here during the wintertime when it's freezing, I won't have to worry about it. I just go down through the ground, which is pretty much mostly sand and rocks and cobbles, and see how well it holds together. Then if I do go underground towards the pay streak, towards the very end of it over here, I will be putting up shoring. So we're talking about a big project, and we're getting into a whole different set of videos. This is the dowsing video. You've seen it. It works. Okay, now we're going to do a little map dowsing. And what I mean by map dowsing is I went to Google Earth, okay, and I downloaded pictures, and I turned them into basically just an overhead shot from the satellites of the area that I'm sitting in. And with map dowsing, the pendulum works different. It actually, when you go over a spot that has the gold, when you go to move it, you can feel the magnetic pull wanting to stay on that spot. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, no matter where I go, I'm not looking for a yes or a no. Is I'm concentrating on this entire map instead of where I'm sitting. And when I'm going around and going across, it's leading me up here. Then it's showing me that this spot right here has a good deposit in it. And this is right along the edge of the river. This is about where we were working. And this is one of the reasons we were working in that spot where we were at in the last series that I did down here of the Living the Golden Dream. So I've got a real real strong reading right here. And all I'm doing is just moving it over the top of the map. Are there other readings in there that are really strong? There's a real strong one right here. And this is upstream from where we are, probably 150, 200 yards. Then the stream comes down, it comes off the map and goes over here, then comes back onto this one. And where I'm sitting at is right here. Okay, so we're sitting right here on this map right now. And I get no feeling at all out here. And actually, because where I got the maps facing, this is towards the river. So I'm not concentrating on the river, I'm concentrating on the maps. And I'm getting no feeling at all out here, which is out south of the truck. Okay, the truck wasn't here, well, of course, when I got this, but the truck is actually sitting right in this area right here. So I'm looking for gold. I actually got a little bit of a signal right here. I got a little signal right there. Definitely got a signal over here. This is where we had the trommel set up, was right here. So yeah, there's probably gold over here residual. Oh man, this is so magnetic and so hard right here that you can just feel it wanting to pull. This is right down here just to the left of me where we were getting that real strong signal. Just that it almost stopped on its own right there. So what I'm doing is I'm feeling for the pull of the pendulum. And it gets lighter and then it gets heavier again over here. So over here where we got no signal, where the end of the boundary was, in this area, was the end of the boundary on that side, but then when you go back up here, we got more gold over here. So we have all kinds of areas. We have this whole river bank with the strongest being right here. Okay, we got more, is the gold stronger right here on this map than it is in the surrounding area. It's giving me a yes answer. Wow, that's just really something else. So, I mean, that's what you do for map dowsing. So I definitely have some good potential areas on these maps. Number one is the area where I'm sitting at right here. It showed that. Well, I got a new area to look at too, a little bit farther upstream on this map. You know, but I put that on there to come down here and see what we would come up with. And we come up with more spots to look for gold. And you can see I find gold. I find gold all the time. So is dowsing with a pendulum better than dowsing with rods? No. They both have their purpose. They're totally different purposes. With the rods, I'm looking for that spot right there. With the pendulum, I'm looking for answers, and I'm feeling for the pull on a map to find out where the best gold-bearing locations are on the map. And we're sitting right in the middle of it, man. This is the mother lode right here for me on my mining plan. So, I hope you enjoyed this. This was map dowsing. how to make your own rods using a pendulum. Pretty much the complete dowsing formula. And there's no BSing around, not just sitting there trying to make the rods move or trying to make the pendulum move just to show you. It was actually out here doing it. We're in the wild. I'm out in the bush. Mining for gold and enjoying my life. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and hey, you know what? I've got my videos in playlists, so when you go to my channel, click the browse videos, then click the playlist button, and I'll have all these dowsing videos listed under the dowsing experience. Okay? And I'll have them in order from the very first video to the last video, which is this one here for the dowsing, for the end of the dowsing. We'll go back to gold mining and digging it up. That'll be a different part of the series, but I'll put the results of that on the end of this too. It's going to come at a later time because we're talking about digging a pit about 40 to 50 feet in diameter, and I might get some permits and stuff before I do that kind of thing. So I can dig my test hole. We'll come down here and do a little digging by hand with a test hole. Then Paul and I want to go back up to the spot where I doused up, we were working earlier, where we found all kinds of gold. I just didn't think about asking it how deep it was, you know, at the other set of boulders in Living the Golden Dream series. But yeah, go through my series and look at the playlists. I got all the different playlists for hydraulic mining, the Golden Dream, the Western States Gold Mining Vacation. Did I say hydraulic mining already? And then I got, of course, how to build a gold dredge. And I don't know, I've got over 20 different playlists. And they're all good movies. Not all of them are mine, but they're set up in series and in that order, you know, for reasons. Just to make it easier for everybody, including myself, because I like going back and watching my movies every now and again too. Hey, you guys all take care, man. Bless you guys.